Now for Top Story Night Reaction, joining us from Salt Lake City, Wayne Rogers, an investor and entrepreneur. And from Los Angeles, economist Ben Stein, who's also an actor at times. All right, Mr. Stein. Now, you know that everything I said in that memo is true, correct?
Absolutely not. I would say almost every part of it is wrong, except for the fact that I think it's better if he's on vacation because he works terribly hard and he deserves a vacation.
So you think he's a positive force in the economy then? You think President Obama is a positive force?
I don't think he caused the recession.
No, but now, is he a positive force, Mr. Stein?
Yes, I think he is.
He
I think
is.
that his
All right,
stimulus
in what
program
way?
was better.
In what way?
The stimulus program was too much, and the money was not well spent, but it was probably better than if he hadn't done it at all. He did not cause this recession. He did not cause the prolongation of the recession. He is not the one causing the enormously problematical issue of the debt. That was set up for him teed up for him by George Bush 43. Yes, he has spent too much money. There's no doubt about that. But why are you against tax raises on the rich?
We'll get to that in a moment, but I just want to recap. You think he's a positive force for the economy because even though you admit he misspent the stimulus money and it didn't work.
Some of it.
Because he wasn't directly the cause of the recession. He's a See, I'm not...
See, I don't see what he could have done differently.
We'll get back to the rich.
Bill, I don't see what he could have done differently.
All right, but I will tell you, Mr. Stein, but I first want to hear from Mr. Rogers. Do you think, Mr. Rogers, that President Obama is a positive force in the American economy at this moment?
I think he's a neutral force. I don't think he's a force at all. I don't think he has much control of it. I don't think he can do much about it. As we have said before, you know, the ability to make law is in the Congress, not in the president's hands.
Okay, but when he goes on TV, though, and he talks about the economy, the stock market drops 200 or 300 points every time he shows up. So isn't it better that he's playing golf?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with whether he's playing golf or not, whether the stock market goes up or down. He doesn't control that either. He has very little influence on that. He makes innumerable speeches, and some of those, I think, are just wasted. He doesn't influence anyone. The Congress is what does it. The budget comes out of the Congress. The laws come out of the Congress.
Okay.
And the regulators
But there is
are the ones who are controlling the economy,
certainly
not the president.
There's a psychology to this, and you both know that. All right, let's get to the tax cuts for the rich here. All right, now I got the little chart right here. Here's a little chart, Mr. Stein, all right? So I'm not like Ferris Bueller. I did my homework, all right? I'm in class. All right, there are only 237,000 millionaires in the United States, and this is 2009, so there's less.
237,000 who earned $1 million in 2008.
Right. You can't tax people just sitting on their money. Okay. You don't tax that.
Yes, you can.
Well, through what?
Tax them.
You come to their house and say, "Give me money."
There are some states have a wealth tax, and some countries have a wealth tax.
You have to earn interest or something like that. All right.
Well, that's the way it is now.
It's down 39% in 2 years because the economy has taken the wealthy and battered them around. So in 2007, before the recession started, Mr. Stein, all right, the 390,000 millionaires, people earning more than $1 million back then, paid $309 billion in taxes. Now they pay $178. So you get more money. The better the economy is. So you just can't.
Absolutely.
If you take,
without question.
Right. If you take, then you're helping the recession. You're feeding the flames.
That's not true.
Sure it is.
That isn't true. I mean, there's no correlation. I'm going to call you Mr. O'Reilly. There's no correlation, Mr. O'Reilly, between tax rates on millionaires and people above that level, billionaires, and the growth of the economy.
What do you think business people are? Business people are going to find that they're going to take less money?
No. We had the highest growth in capital and in productivity and in the economy generally in the 40s, 50s, and 60s when we had much higher taxes than we have now. Higher taxes
but there were tax dodges,
correlated with more growth.
All right. Okay. Now, Mr. Rogers, do you agree that taxing the rich more is an economic solution here?
No, and I would also submit, though, that Ben is right in the following sense, that there is no correlation there between taxes and the rich paying those taxes. The question here is not whether the rich are paying that. That's a sop. You want to give that away. You say, okay, we'll tax people over $1 million who are earning over $1 million, not who have over, but who are earning over $1 million. We'll tax them a little more. Why not give that up? What difference does it make? It's not
going to make a lot of difference financially, but it would raise more revenue. Mr. Stein is right about that.
It would raise a lot more revenue, and we need every dollar. Well, it would raise several tens of billions of dollars at least, and we need the revenue desperately. Look, they're talking about postponing military retirement and not giving people the military retirement.
But it would hurt the economy, so even though initially you would get more, the economy would go down because business would hire fewer people to make up for the higher tax
rates. Sir, there is no correlation of raising taxes and unemployment. There is none.
Don't believe it for a second.
If you can show it to me, I'll eat your shoe.
All right, one more. I'll let you wrap it up, Mr. Rogers.
I think you're arguing about a chimerical point here. I don't think it matters one way or the other. It's not going to make a big difference in revenue. It's not going to make a big difference the other way. This is just something that you can give to get what you want out of the rest of the economy. What you need to do is, okay, go ahead and tax the rich, make everybody happy about that, so we're going to give that up, and we're going to get a lot of tax savings on the other side. We're going to get